All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Urge to Fight 5, Legends Never Die, a FightRise Discord community event. My name is HotSoup. I'll be your host tonight. Joining me on the mics for commentary,
I'm Shogberg.
And hey there, I'm Spectre.
What's up, guys? Back from a bit of an unplanned hiatus is Spectre. Glad to see you playing Street Fighter again. How are you feeling, man?
Yeah, I've been better, but definitely starting to get there.
Well, we appreciate you being here with us tonight. And Shogberg again on double duty, producing the stream and on commentary. I also want to shout out a recent milestone, Shogberg hitting his goal of reaching over 1,600 MR this phase. Congrats, man. It was great to see that.
Yeah, I was pretty excited about it. It's a lesson in consistency and doing nothing flashy but showing up every day. So it feels good.
Always press less buttons, right? Is the advice.
Yeah, press less buttons than you think you should, and then dial it down 50% from there.
All right, well, I am so excited to have you both on commentary. It's going to be fun and informative, I'm sure. Spectre's already got tons of notes ready to go. Can't wait to hear it. But before we run down our fight card, I just want to call out some upcoming FightRise community events you all might be interested in. The final Lord of the Mains Top 20 Double Elimination Bracket is happening in less than a week. Saturday afternoon, March 16th, 1 p.m. Eastern on the True Tech Twitch channel. For those who may not know what this is, we ran 20 mirror match pools for 4 weeks to determine the best player of each character in the game amongst 3 different Discord communities taking part. Ourselves, FightRise, UB Fight Club, and the Moon Marauders Discord all were playing in those mirror match pools. Now those 20 players repping their mains are going head-to-head for a whopping $300 first place prize. It's going to be super sick. The amount of skill and talent from our communities in this is just amazing. You don't want to miss it. So definitely check that out next week, Saturday afternoon, before Kumite. Kumite is happening later that night. So a lot of Street Fighter happening next Saturday. But before that, this Tuesday, March 12th, is a big night for us as well. We've got a double feature in the Discord channel. 8 p.m. Eastern is Rise and Fight, our fighting game talk show hosted by the Wake Up 3 podcast hosts, Cam and Molly. Lots of interaction with the community and fun conversations all around. It's always a great time. And right after that, at 9 p.m. Eastern, we got a special guest. Rufelmonger is visiting the channel for an Ask Me Anything. We had Ryan Hart on last month, and it was fantastic. You can actually listen to that one on the FightRise YouTube channel right now. It's well worth listening to. He had some great stories from the past. And I'm sure Rufelmonger will have a lot of insight on the state of content creation in the FGC and just making a living in this space because, let's be honest, it's usually poverty for fighting game content creators. So I'm interested to hear how he made it so successful. And I'm looking forward to hearing him. So join us for all of that Tuesday, March 12th, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern in the FightRise Discord. We want to also mention we've got FightRise t-shirts available for sale. These are great high-quality shirts with a huge print of the FightRise logo on the front. Image Omega did an amazing job getting these out there. There's a link to the store in the Discord welcome channel. 100% of the proceeds goes back into the community for our events and website. So please consider it if you're looking for a way to help us out. And finally, I've been reminded I have failed to mention it in every other stream, but not this time. One Fight Stand. You see the logo plastered everywhere on the stream. In case you don't know, it's the name of our round robin tournament series. We run it every Tuesday for North America. Or actually every other Tuesday, I should say, for North America. We've had it going since launch of Street Fighter 6, and we've recently kicked off a version for our European players in the GMT time zone. That's happening every other Monday on alternating weeks with the North American version. I feel strongly about the round robin format as a tool to improve your game. Really helps you get matchup experience against people around your skill level or rank, and a bunch of games in a short amount of time. It's a very popular event in the Discord channel, and it's the seed for a lot of the things we are doing here, especially this stream. Everyone featured on the fight card tonight is a regular attendee of One Fight Stand and just a positive member of our community. So if you're in the same boat looking for a community to level up with, join the Discord, fightrise.com/Discord. Join in One Fight Stand, interact with the community. There's so many resources available to you to help improve your game in this channel. And one day it's very likely I'll be saying your name on the stream if you stick with it. So join us, fightrise.com/Discord. All right, I have talked enough. I'm going to throw it over to Shogberg and Spectre to take us through the Urge to Fight 5 fight card tonight. So please take it away, guys.
Thanks a lot. I don't know, Soup, you want to keep talking? I like listening to your voice. It sounds great.
No, that was a lot.
Okay, all right. Cool. So this is Spectre. I'm going to go down kind of our events tonight. Like Soup said, this features people that are part of the community. So we've got all ranges of folks. We've got we're gonna have a platinum match, we're gonna have a master match, we're gonna have somebody we call frequently legendary and Lazyboredom. So starting from the end, our main event is going to be Juzzy versus doublesac. These are two masters players, a Ken versus an Ed. So we get the old boring Ken versus the new exciting Ed. I'm really interested to see how that goes. Before that, we're going to have two platinum players play together, whiteshack versus SonicWave. They're going to play in a first to five. I forgot to mention that the main event is going to be a tennis format. Anybody who's watched this before will know what we're talking about. But for anybody that hasn't, it's more of like a set format. So we're going to have first to three matches per set and then first to three sets. So it'll be a little bit different than the normal first to five or first to 10 that you see, but it's exciting. It gives people a chance to come back when we play that way. So that undercard first to five, we're going to have a Chun versus a Ken. Again, more boring Ken. I can't do much about that. Everyone loves Ken. And for our initial event here is going to be something special that we haven't done before, which is going to be a King of the Hill event with Lazyboredom. Lazyboredom's another community member who is one of the highest MR folks in the Discord, I'm pretty sure, who plays Marisa and has been legendary a number of times. And this event is going to be something that the community can take part in. So I'll let you guys talk to the specifics in a moment, but you're going to be able to come in and join and queue up and fight against him. And the people that win are going to be up for some awards. So, Shogberg, do you want to talk about the specifics of the details of that event?
Yeah, let's basically for the King of the Hill, we're going to be opening up a battle hub and queuing up opponents where you can get your chance to take down Lazyboredom. It's a very tough task. I think over the past month or so that he's been joining our events, there hasn't been many lost rounds. So earn your place in some FightRise infamy here and get on the poster. And even if you just play, we're featuring everyone on the poster. A call out that there will be a prize for the first person to take down Lazyboredom in a match, or if he can remain undefeated and beat at least 10 challengers in 25 minutes, then he will take home the prize. So a lot up for grabs. We have a little bit of an intro here that we'll play that Image, our benevolent overlord, put together with a little bit of interview with Lazyboredom. So we'll go ahead and play that, and then we'll come back and have a couple words with the player himself before jumping into the games.
Lazyboredom, let's see what they do with that bar at the bottom. Now that's like the third round. Level 3 is more imminent than not. Perfect parry. Brother, that's a thing? The area follow-up, that was godlike. Yo, Lazyboredom with the tech to connect. Someone clipped that. I want to see that later. That was tight.
Hello everyone, I'm Lazyboredom, and I'm a Legend Ranked Marisa, and I am the final boss for Urge to Fight's 5's boss battle. I've been playing fighting games, well, as long as I can remember almost, because there was a Nintendo 64 game called Flying Dragon, and I just remember going, this is really weird. After that, I got the Anniversary Collection on the PS2 for Street Fighter. Never was a big fan of Street Fighter 2, if I'm being completely honest, but I played a lot of Third Strike offline against CPUs. Just in general, Street Fighter never really actually clicked with me until 6. I had a choice. I was like, do I spend the money to get a stick and get really into Street Fighter 4, or do I go all in on Smash? So I ended up going with Smash, just grinding for glory and Smash 3DS, playing online tournaments, stuff like that. I spent a lot of time playing Smash 4, then I switched over to Ultimate whenever it came out. Other than that, just continue with Street Fighter 6 from here on out. So I play Marisa. It's been a curse and a blessing. I'm a feel-based player, so it's really hard for someone to just tell me like, hey, just pick up a top tier. I like characters that have like, when they hit you both in terms of damage and just terms of how they actually feel when they hit you really hard. I think the biggest contributing factor to my success is mostly just kind of like legacy fighting game experience. I'm of the opinion that there's 3 different kinds of players. I think most people describe it as like heart, mind, and soul. I'm a heart player. Basically, you're not actively thinking about the game. You're literally just doing things just on what your natural instincts are. For me to get good at a game, it's really just about time more than anything. On an instinctual level, I'm just like, he's going to do it. So I'm just going to do the thing that beats that. That's why it's a little hard for me in Street Fighter 6 to some degree, because a lot of times it can help you, but at the same time, there's a lot of situations where you have to actually be thinking about what your opponent's doing and saying like, hey, he's not jumping a lot, so I need to start grabbing more, or they're parrying a lot, so I need to grab more. It does help to think about the game, and that's the mind players. I will say the hardest of the like online era is for the soul players, because they kind of thrive off kind of the experience, and honestly, sitting at home in your room, you're just kind of like chilling. It's kind of hard for them to kind of get in that mindset to be like, okay, cool, I'm like, you know, I'm vibing. For me, like I said, it's just grinding. The kind of level of player I am, just playing a lot. And I think that helps a lot of people, but also you probably should go back and watch your replays. My general advice for grinding ranked is, and it's going to be kind of funny to say this, but don't look at it as a grind. If you're going to focus on a grind, you're basically going to just burn yourself out. You need to just take every single game as its own experience and go, okay, what am I doing good in this set? What am I doing bad in this set? And then take that forward into every single set. If you just sit there and just like turn your brain off, which I said I'm guilty of this too, then you'll find yourself getting really, really frustrated with the game, and you're just like, all right, I'm done. And honestly, my advice for that too is say whatever you start at, MR wise or you know, just in LP wise, just take that as your baseline, and you know, you get some wins, you get some losses. If you start dipping kind of close to that, say to yourself, okay, if I lose another set after this point, I just need to call it. It doesn't have to be for the night. Just get up, do something else, read a book, go have a snack, go get a drink, something like that. Just don't keep playing, even especially when you're on a losing streak. Just sometimes it's just better just like get up and be like, all right, I've had enough for this evening. You can get very frustrated in for fighting games in general, and it's ranked in general. So what's nice about FightRise too is, like I said, I think it's a good community because it helps. It doesn't just highlight, hey, here's the best player here, let's all focus on him. You actually do a good job of like, hey, this guy's doing pretty good, or this other people. You do events, you kind of like, hey, here's a community event. You don't just do, like I said, here's the winners that watch them fight. Here's community events to let everybody play and everybody can watch together, and it helps highlight kind of the middle high level players may not get as much exposure, and kind of helps them feel included in the environment and the community.
It's just another great video. I always enjoy watching these, even for the second or third time after the run through. So as a segue, let's welcome Lazyboredom on board, and you know, I think something to introduce just right away. We were talking about this a little bit in the Discord earlier, and it's something I've heard from you and a bunch of other players that that I really respect and played. The importance of consistency as you try to raise the ranks. You're talking about your experience of trying to get matchups in ranked up at that kind of legendary threshold. So how's that experience for you?
Good evening, everyone. I would say it's kind of frustrating sometimes, because I said I was actually curious, because I know someone had posted some data from Snake Eyes' stream where they were kind of going over all of it, like his wins against certain MR ranks and all that and stuff like that. So I was curious. So I went through my matches last night, played for about 4 hours, and I went through the math, and not that there was much math, but 64% win rate. And I ended the night at minus 29 MR. So there is a definite death zone between this, like maybe about minus 50 MR below legendary.
Yeah, it's just a crazy thing to hear to me, because I mean, even you get into master and you're hoping to hit about 50% win rate, and even as you're climbing up through those, like the lower mid master, like a 52-55% win rate's really good. So it's just crazy to think that you can be winning at such a high clip and still not progressing through the MR. And I think it's really just a testament to the dedication and execution consistency and just mental awareness that it takes to get up to those higher levels.
I do appreciate it. But yeah, I think it's just, like I said, it's a not really, I'm trying to describe the way it is population level. Well, even on the East Coast, where there probably is a decent concentration of legend players, they don't play often enough to where I I think I played a little bit tonight. I think one player, which I played just a kid, was the only player that had a higher MR than I did when I was playing.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I noticed I'm out on the West Coast, which I think is a little less populated than the East, but even then, it seems like the player pool that I encounter tends to be, a couple dozen people or something. So I know it gets smaller and more concentrated as you go up.
Yeah, I feel like this King of the Hill event is almost going to be like what it's like for Lazyboredom to be playing in ranked.
Yeah.
He can't drop a single fight,
No.
Got plenty of practice for it, so I guess we'll be kicking off soon. But anything you want to plug or call out here for the general audience?
Honestly, not at this particular moment. If you guys want to watch me play, you can always. I think every third Saturday of the month, there's a local here in North Carolina called Tournament of Thrones, and I usually go. I've been trying to go to those more often.
Yeah, I'm far away, but I will second the try to get to the locals and support them through watching them and participating however you can. It's a good way to meet people that play. I think FightRise is great, but it's also good to get a local connection. We'll start kicking into it here. I think Spectre and the team will put together and figure out what battle hub we want to start getting to. In the meantime, while we're figuring out those logistics, we got a bit of a tail of the tape, a little bit different than our usual ones due to the format. You can see here that Lazyboredom's Marisa has about a 65% win rate overall, which as we've been talking about, is quite a challenge and an impressive clip to win at, I think. And I noticed here you played a lot of ranked, and especially from hearing the interview too. I know you mentioned that kind of that grind mindset player of just liking to figure out the matches as you go. A little less time in the lab and replays than some other players, and I identify with that as well. As much as I talk about the importance of getting through lab practice and replay review, I do find it's a really good skill just to be able to be mindful in the games that you play while you're playing them, to try to catch some of the things that you're doing and make changes and improvements. So that being said, without any further wisdom, do we want to go ahead and jump in the battle hub and get this thing going?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think one thing we actually forgot to mention is that we aren't just going to let Lazyboredom go ham for 25 minutes with no handicaps. So there are going to be some handicaps potentially added in as you go, removing buttons, removing supers. So actually, this might be even worse than the rank grind. We'll have to see how this goes.
That's a good call out. It will cause some chaos, we think, and it's going to be, I think, quite difficult at the end. I will be super impressed if we can get through some of the. I think do we want to reveal the handicaps before the fight or as they're enacted?
No, I don't think we should.
We'll save them.
Also, I want to clarify something earlier that was said. It's a $50 gift card prize for the person who takes down Lazyboredom. The first person, I should say, who takes down Lazyboredom. Lazyboredom also has an incentive. If he manages to get through 10 opponents within the time limit, he gets the $50. So that's his incentive to beat you guys up as fast as possible. All right, so I think we're in Battle Hub 4, correct?
Yes.
Tidalwave?
That's right.
All right, let's get started. Are you there, Shogberg? Can you start spectating?
I'm joining up and we'll get queued up here.
Yeah. So in the meantime, Lazyboredom, maybe you can get seated at the cab. And we have a couple of challengers pre-loaded, pre-lined up. So
how do we enforce these handicaps if we get to them? Just honor system?
Honor system. Also, Lazyboredom's going to try his best to stick to the handicaps, but muscle memory being what it is,
yeah,
he may slip up.
I was thinking is they said because I might autopilot for like standing medium in the middle of combos, I'll just consider a drop and let it go, like the combo go, or
no, just crush them into dust. Don't worry about it. We've given them the disclaimer.
Yeah.
All right. Shogberg, are you ready to stream?
I am
it?
spectating and ready to go. We can start whenever
Alright.
y'all are ready.
All right.
Just flash up first.
Yep. Flash is up first.
All right, and then we'll create a line behind Flash, right? So just queue up, first come, first serve, right? Is that right?
That sounds
Yeah,
right.
we have a couple of people who have pre-volunteered, but
Okay.
I'd also like to call out while we're loading in that we're using some of Kat Cammy's stats that she provided to us. Misaka, a great community member, does a great service for the entire Street Fighter community, I think, with these stats. So thank you very much.
Does she make those little icons too?
I don't think that she's the artist. I believe she got them.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're starting off here with Flash, who we know is a very aggressive Cammy. Sorry, I'm getting a countdown going really quick because I am a neglectful host today.
Well, Flash come out aggressive. He wants it right off the bat.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea by Flash to try to get momentum early.
Yeah. I feel like one thing I noticed a little bit when I watched some of your replays, Lazyboredom, is like you definitely have a patient, like good footsie style. Do you feel like a lot of high-level Marisas are that way, or do you feel like you're a little more patient than you normally see?
The stun into the kill.
I alternate.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just so used to playing Marisas who just come right at you. There is no walking backwards. There is no messing around.
Oh yeah, I said it when I play against like what is it? Who are the other ones that I run into on occasion, like Mad Gear and stuff like that? It's usually a lot more patient, a lot more.
You would say they are, or you're
yeah.
more. Oh, okay.
I'd say it's like I said, it's honestly playing against someone who just kind of holds back. Very frustrating, actually.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it would be, but it's just like I have to either drive rush or jump in or do something. It's like,
Well, it kind of forces you to take a risk, right? If someone's playing defensively, you have to open them up, which in this game can be a tough challenge. Another Cammy right off the bat, tags coming at Lazyboredom quick and fast. I've been playing this matchup a lot in locals recently, and struggling as a Cammy player a little bit, so I'm enjoying watching this. But I think for the Cammies out there, you really have to target low due to the armor properties and having no overhead. Well, we get a big combo into super here, but burned out for tags. But they will take round one.
What a round win.
Good anti-air on the dive kick by Lazyboredom.
Yeah, notice you doing that jump back as the anti-air a lot. Do you just not like her buttons on the ground?
oh yeah, I don't think her anti-airs are very good most of the time.
I think especially against dive kicks and things like that, the angle just isn't very great. Very strong corner pressure and a great round there. Great response by Lazyboredom. But Tags has a chance here going into the third round in the second match of the day, so let's see how they adapt. This is where you don't want to be, having to take a chance to get out.
Yeah, it's just one of the scariest things against Marisa is you let one combo go and you're in the corner.
Unlucky.
Yeah, I think that was a valiant, great effort by Tags here, but couldn't quite put it together. Great round two, quick round two by Lazyboredom. So we got 3 minutes down and 2 challengers down. We're well on pace here if this keeps up.
Lazyboredom, do you think it's weird that Marisa has to beat people up while wearing pumps?
Yeah. I prefer that. It just feels like the most normal costume for her, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate that they're embracing the full like gladiator, gladiator
Aesthetic.
Roman style for her first and third costumes, but this is like between the hair and just like this is the most normal kind of look for her.
Yeah. I like her as a new addition to the Street Fighter franchise, but in terms of playstyle being a little bit different and just aesthetically, like you said, the leaning into the gladiator aesthetics down to the haircut is pretty cool.
Yeah. As ridiculous as her hair is.
It fits though.
Oh.
Another,
Look, it's not a cami.
yeah, another quick start by Lazyboredom though. I know Japanese is a very strong Ryu, so we'll see what kind of adjustments we can make here in round 2.
Oh my god, that was so fast.
That's the power of Marisa. Very volatile character, but you know when she's rolling, she's rolling.
We'll shout out a quick reminder to anybody that happened to come in here late. You can pop into North America Battle Hub 4 right now and queue up if you want to fight and try to win $50. You guys won't notice if I queue up, right?
as long as you could keep talking, so I don't have to commentate by myself.
Yeah, no, I definitely can.
Oh, tough break.
Oh, we didn't get the DI out.
But good DI. Can you cash out? It won't quite do it.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't have the level 3.
Ah, nice. Ah, unlucky.
Oh, valiant effort though. Yeah, another quick match, but don't let it fool you. This is it's a tough task to take down.
So Lazyboredom, how do you change your strategy when you're in the corner if your opponent is burned out like that? Are you just not scared at all, or do
For the
you
most
still
part, no. The main thing you just got to look out for, because most people will just start looking for throw loops when they're burnt out like that. So it's just got to be extra careful about getting thrown over and over again. And then you have EX Gladius and EX Shove to kind of make them respect pressing buttons on your wake up so you can get out of the corner more easily.
Yeah.
That's something I particularly struggle with in the Marisa matchup, because I know a lot of Marisa players say that it's tough for her to get out of the corner, but I find that armor to be a good equalizer if I'm autopiloting.
Oh hey, we got our undercard, one of our undercard competitors here in whiteshack.
It's a hell of a choice for a warm-up match.
Yeah. Well, anything is going to feel less after this.
And a reminder, win or lose, your name will be in our winners gallery at the end of this.
I think that's the real prize here, and being able to say you took down Lazyboredom beats $50 if you ask me.
I'd rather have the $50, I think.
Big EX wake up to get out of the corner there by whiteshack. But the burnout's going to cause trouble here. Another very clean win, but another very valiant effort by whiteshack. And we'll see what adjustments that whiteshack can make between now and the match versus SonicWave here in a bit. So we're 7 minutes down and 4 challengers down. We got about 3 more minutes until we enact the first handicap here.
It seems like we need it. Lazyboredom, I know we showed it on the tail of the tape, but like I'm always like amazed when I look at people's stats and they have like 500 hours ranked and 10 hours practice. How do you get muscle memory for an execution without actually going into training mode?
So that is that 20 minutes or the 20 hours. That's where that is.
Yeah. Do you feel like you learn faster because you're really experienced in fighting games? Because for me, it's like 200 hours in training and I can still do like barely do a B&B.
Main thing I do is I watch, like. Oh, we traded. Ah, nice.
By the way, I am trying to distract you to make you lose here.
Oh yes, it's working pretty good.
So I was gonna start asking some questions about Smash for your older days, just to kind of trip up the mind, you know.
Saying, I watch like a video. It's like, hey, here's how to do your character's combos. It's usually not optimal, at least. So, and then from then on, I just kind of use those until I play against somebody who does better combos than I do, and then I just go, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I need to do that one instead.
I do find
Do
those.
you feel like you've gotten... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, do you feel like you've been playing long enough at this point you can come up with some of your own tech, or do you generally just kind of lean on the community's stuff?
One more time for the question.
Well, so like at this point, do you feel like you come up with your own tech, your own combos, decide what you want to do, or is it more just like you said, like look at what the community has for videos or info and go with that?
Gotcha. I'd say I'm a really, really good. I like to describe myself as Taskmaster from Marvel. I think he's from.
Yeah.
Where I might have a little bit of basic what I learned for myself, and then I just watch somebody else and I go, okay, that's what I need to do, and then pick up the stuff that works well for them, and then trying to toss away what works bad for them, and just kind of keep going.
Yeah.
Evolution, not revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll call this out here. This will be the final match with no handicaps here. We're hitting the 15 minutes remaining mark with 5 challengers down. Next up, we got SonicWave and Modern Lily. Lily, interesting character. Gonna have a simple game plan, but it's effective if she could pull off the 50-50s.
I would actually like the handicap to start at the
minute
mark, like we did. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, we're about to enact this here. I will call it out, and Lazyboredom will lose access to special moves. Starting right now.
Oh, supers.
I'm sorry. That's not the handicap we were looking for. It's supers.
Yeah, no specials would be like, hey, here's a marathon. You're not allowed to use blades.
We'll see how many timeout victories you can get that way.
Right, so we're in that zone now, right? For the next 5 minutes, no supers?
We are in that zone.
Well, actually, it's for the rest of the timer, my bad.
Yeah, well, yeah. 5 more minutes until the next level gets enacted. They stack. I think that there is a safe jump that can be beat out by a 4-frame reversal for characters who have them.
Is that only in the corner there?
No, you can. So she has that safe jump, which when they're in burnout, you want to do the light safe, like the light jumping light kick, because it leaves you plus enough that you can just command grab them. Like it auto times out for the most part if they don't jump. If you do the heavy, you end up way too plus, and if you try to go for this command grab right away, you won't. You'll just whip it in their face. And then,
do you feel like at legend level, like nobody ever falls for safe jumps, or do people still sometimes get hit?
The main meta for that is if they parry on wake up or not, because most of the time you're going to end up getting parried if you try to do it.
Fair. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go on this matchup here. This is doublesac, who is going to be part of our main card. I was informed earlier that he has master on every character, including random, so I'm gonna let you focus on this one.
Yeah, doublesack's a very strong player. Strong fundamentally to be able to get every character into master there. With a, what is this, week 2 Ed?
Yeah. Am I remembering wrong? Doublesac did play Blanca for a while, right?
I believe doublesack's played everyone for a while.
Okay.
He's Guile in the Lord of the Mains.
Okay.
Is he just Lord of the Mains? Is he in general?
He fought for Rando, but we said no. Is that the first round Lazyboredom has lost?
I think so.
I lost one really early on. See right there what doublesac did? That's the meta right there.
Yeah. Sometimes you guess right and you still lose. So.
Yep.
EX reversal, that one tricks me just the way it comes out so slow. Visually.
Yeah, I haven't really had a chance to mess around with that too much yet. Is that his invincible reversal right there?
Yeah, that's a DP. It doesn't look like one, but it is.
He's too lazy to jump when he does it.
Yeah. Boxers can't leave their feet.
Yep.
That's great anti-airs. That jump light punch?
Yeah. I always have trouble anti-airing that way. You have to really react quickly. Oh man, close one here.
I'm on the edge of my seat. It's hard to commentate in something so close with so much on the line. But great round by Lazyboredom.
Patience right there.
But
That took 3 extra interactions because I couldn't super.
Well, so that's a lesson really to learn of knowing how to like cash out and when you're in kill range to be able to use that super, because even you can see a player in the 1900s that it's difficult when you have to get 3 additional interactions. So being able to cash out and just close out a match is a very important skill. To call out, we're about 50 seconds away from our second handicap being let loose on the world here.
Alrighty then. That's what we're doing, huh?
We got tags coming through with a Manon switch. Couple quick medals, but lost momentum for now. Backed off into the corner. I always find these the grappler characters to be really tough in the first to one because they only have to guess right a couple times, or you only have to guess wrong a couple times.
Ooh,
that being said, baited out the super for the round 1 win. Manon does have 4 medals up.
That is Manon's thing, right? Is that like her own universal basically for level 1?
Yeah, the level 2 works as well, especially for like if you neutral jump or something like that. But she doesn't have anything that doesn't require meter.
But even with meter, she can't wake up with anything else safely, can she?
Super meter, yeah. She doesn't have an OD wake up option.
Got it. Yeah.
Nice.
Reads the DI. That will be Lazyboredom's last available DI of the night. We are now turning those off.
No supers, no DIs.
I wonder if we should keep that secret.
Just not called.
Do you want to say no raw? Well, there were no raw DIs anyway.
Maybe we won't announce the level 3 because I feel like that, as insane as these two sound, like the third one, if you can make that read in the game, you deserve to win. Got a mirror match queued up here. We're also now, what are we about? I can't do math quickly. About 16 minutes down with, I believe, 8 wins for Lazyboredom in a row. I think Lazyboredom has dropped 2 singular rounds so far, so we'll see if that number can increase with Do You Want to Taste Marisa?
So just as a reminder, if we get to 10 straight wins, then Lazyboredom wins, or we keep going?
We keep going.
It's until the end.
Okay.
He needs a minimum of 10. I didn't think it would be this fast, to be honest with you.
I had a feeling
I should have raised the number.
But these games should slow down now as the handicaps go into play. Very strong round 1 though. How do you feel about the mirror matches in general? Do you feel pretty confident playing against other Marisas?
I will say I despise them, but I despise mirror matches in every game though. But, this one in particular is just like you're almost wanting to cheese one another as much as you can.
Yeah. That's how I always feel too. 2 Blancas fighting each other is just the cheesiest thing in the world.
Oh, it's unwatchable.
It's unplayable.
2 in a row for Lazyboredom.
Is that a double perfect?
That's a double perfect.
All right,
that move was so scummy. Oh my god.
You know,
we know who the best Marisa is.
Well, it was nice to that Lazyboredom called his own shot with the you gotta kind of scam him out of the move there. So,
Do You Want to Taste in the chat says shit.
that's what I said the first time I played Lazyboredom too.
Oh, good.
It's coming, chugging along. Got Japnu going for round 2 with Ryu. We'll see what he's learned from his own match and probably watching some of these here. And here we get that brand new DLC stage out that, as much as I know there's some dislike for DLC monetization, this stage does look really good, in my opinion.
It's a good thing I haven't fully committed to the muscle memory of DIing back on a perfect parry, because I almost DI'd back on that perfect parry.
It's tough. It's a tough just adding to the mental stack, not just not doing it, but
Yeah.
having to think about it adds so much to the mental stack. I think that I'm impressed.
That's actually why I'm so impressed by folks like Lazyboredom who don't need practice mode. Like I feel like I have to have that for the muscle memory. I can't form it in ranked.
I find personally, I can form muscle memory, but it's hard for me to turn it off. Where I autopilot a lot of things. You know, it's tough.
Yeah, people joke about flowchart Ken. I am definitely flowchart Ken, just with every character.
I do think it's a good exercise, though, to and I think I've said this to a couple people before, that if you're leaning on one move, it can be really good to just tell yourself you can't use it and practice that way for a week and see what you can come up with.
Yeah, something like no, you're not allowed to use supers, not allowed to use DIs.
Yeah, I think even more than that, though, it's like a bread and butter combo or something, you know?
Yeah.
Or a block string. This is a close round here. We got Japname in the lead right now, but his meter's looking a little low. Burned himself out.
So is that a misconversion there? Like he drive rushed off that low, right? Or did I miss it?
I was too busy talking and not busy enough watching, so I missed that interaction.
He may have burned himself out. Yeah, that might be what happened.
Yeah, the burnout's tough. It's really hard to, and I know this is like rich coming from me, but it's really hard to win in this game when you're burned out.
All right, we've hit the minimum 10, so you just need to survive 5 minutes, Lazyboredom. You got yourself $50.
Okay.
We got the Rashid PX
Well, when
Squall.
that
PX Squall,
when
shout
that
out.
next handicap pops in, it's gonna be
It popped in.
Fall apart, I think.
It popped in right now. So
Okay, well,
We're keeping it a secret, right? Keep it a secret.
keep it a secret.
Yeah.
So PX Squall, shout out from the Cammy Discord, has switched over to Rashid. Played Cammy before Rashid came out. Thanks for taking part in this event, and excited to see you here on Rashid. This is also who Misaka's training partner was, I believe, for the last event. Early corner pressure against the Rashid. I think it's tough. I think Rashid's another character that kind of struggles to get out of the corner. The wake up with the EX mixer it works, but I feel like it's not one of the better ones. But we'll see what you can do now.
On the other hand, though, once you're in the corner against him, it's real rough.
Yeah.
He's one of those characters, when he gets me in the corner, I just put my stick down, like I'm not playing anymore, basically.
So you got maybe the best super in the game here at that Rashid level 2.
Yeah. But I mean, Blanca's level 2 is better, but it's close.
yep.
Round 1 win. I'll ask chat. Does anyone in chat, can anyone guess what the handicap is? That might be a fun one.
Yeah, so first handicap was no super, second handicap was no DIs. There's now a third handicap on that we haven't shared. Frankly, I don't think I know Marisa's moveset well enough to know if Lazyboredom cheats here.
Well, you just gotta look for slight differences. That's tough.
That is rough.
I remember when we were talking about this. I don't. It's got to be hard, especially.
Oh
with this
man,
game.
well, good try.
So we do have an official first winner there with PX Squall. Congratulations!
All right, congrats to PX Squall. We're gonna play out the timer though. Just I leave it to you, Lazyboredom, if you want to keep with that last handicap
Okay.
for these last
I can
matches.
get one in. I did move over to another cabinet because those two are playing. So
Yeah, let's. I'm over here and spectating, and we're ready for it to run. We got 2 minutes remaining. I had a very valiant stand. And again, we'll talk about that third handicap a little bit at the end. But I am surprised it was as close as it was, just due to the limitations you had there. Especially PX Squall's a very, very strong player.
I feel like actually Rashid's probably one of the few characters where it's like, this is just, you can't even play neutral anymore.
Yeah. All right, this will probably be the last match unless it's very quick. So we'll see if Flash can take this one down here.
Flash just keeps coming back for punishment. Good start though.
Just that crazy Marisa stock down there.
Yeah. When all else fails, just walk.
Yeah, nice.
It's a good read there to go into the DI in the corner, knowing there's no reprisal coming.
It's
It's
my
tough.
god, this is just muscle memory.
I know. I see it. It's hard. Big wake up reversal to take the round. I feel like specifically here, Hooligan's kind of hard to deal with in this situation
Yeah.
without having something fast to react with. But cornered and KO.
Oh, there you go.
We are officially just hitting the end of the timer, so this will officially be the last round of our King of the Hill.
How many matches did we get through? Is this 13?
I think this is number 12.
12. I feel like we really tied your hands behind your back here.
I'm personally, I'm also impressed by how few times the muscle memory came out.
Yeah.
Oh, the big reaction super with big modern
That's
reaction
for you.
super. Gets flash out of the burnout and puts them in a pretty good spot to take this round. Valiant effort. So
there we go.
to call it out for the stream, our third level handicap there was Lazyboredom was locked into only using heavy buttons, which makes it very tough to break up some pressure strings and deal with neutral. It was a great showing, I think, all in all, for everyone involved, but quite impressive run.
Yeah, thank you, Lazyboredom. Thank you for being such a good sport and doing this with us. And we appreciate you coming to One Fight Stand and showing everybody your Marisa as well. You've been playing Ed as well? Are you planning on maining Ed?
Nah, I think he feels too defensive for me, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, oh, sorry, go ahead.
He's an interesting character. I'm curious to see what his adoption rate is, because I feel like he's got a very different play style versus most of the cast and a very like offensively heavy Street Fighter iteration. But
yeah, very different from Marisa for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, Lazyboredom, for everything that you've done for us. I want to call out everyone who took you on tonight. We've got Galatine, Tags, Japnu, whiteshack, Sangre, doublesac, Do You Want to Taste, and our winner of the $50 gift card, PXX Squall. Congratulations with their Rashid taking down Lazyboredom with 2 handicaps, it should be said. 3 handicaps in play. So a great showing there, regardless. I will contact you in the Discord for your prize. And Lazyboredom, I had always planned this. I will also be awarding you $50 for all your efforts for tonight.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on, man. One last time, do you have anything to plug before we move on?
I said if you want to watch me or just North Carolina's talent and general play, Scrappy Sensei streams all sorts of. I said his Twitch is Scrappy Sensei, I believe. But he streams all sorts of North Carolina FGC events, including Street Fighter 6. So he does Tekken, a bunch of anime fighters, so Melty Blood, Guilty Gear Strive, stuff like that. He does a pretty good job. And generally the talent in North Carolina is pretty fun to watch. So that's all I have, really.
All right, awesome. Are you planning on going to EVO this year?
Probably not, unfortunately.
Oh, really? Oh, that's too bad. All right. Well, thank you again for showing off your skills here. Everybody, we're going to take a quick break before we get our undercard match set up. And Shogberg, I think we have some games, right, for the chat?
We have a game. It's coming your way right now.
All right. So see you guys in a bit.
right, welcome back. I think we're getting geared up to go straight to our undercard matchup that I'm looking forward to quite a bit with whiteshack versus SonicWave here. But it's going to be tough to follow up a very entertaining King of the Hill run there by Lazyboredom. Again, thank you to Lazyboredom for taking part and being a good sport with some of the handicaps and other things we threw his way to make his life a little bit more difficult as he took on a bevy of challengers.
Yeah, did not feel fair by the end there with those handicaps.
Wasn't supposed to be, though, really.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, true. Do you want me to give a quick rundown of this undercard we got coming up here?
Yeah,
you guys want to go through the game results first, actually, just to.
Yeah, Tidalwave
Oh,
announced who won that.
All right, so I think for the first time we have someone with 3 points coming up. So doublesac has guessed Amingo, Hinata, and Doctrine Dark correctly, and would have gotten the first 2 had they not had they gotten the name right to begin with, because they just guessed first. They guessed like the guy from whatever game, so got sniped on those 2 on Phoenix Wright and Firebrand. But doublesac is MVP on this one.
Do you think he is also a main of all of those characters and probably every other character of all those games as well?
Would not surprises me.
Well, congratulations to doublesac doing like triple duty with a good showing in the King of the Hill run, winning the character guessing game and going to be part of the main event later.
Yeah.
So yeah, Spectre, I think take us away for this undercard rundown, and then we'll jump into the tail of the tape when you're ready.
Sure. So our undercard here, going back to what we talk about with FightRise and what it's about. It's not all about, super high level play. It's about all sorts of people, a little more normal across the community. We got 2 folks down around the platinum rank, but very capable, playing Chun and Ken. We got whiteshack with his Chun and SonicWave playing his Ken. Obligatory, insult at SonicWave for playing Ken, blah, blah, blah. This is going to be a first to 5. So, we've got 3 different formats across everything. We had our King of the Hill. Later, we're going to have our tennis sets. This is just a regular first to 5. Simple, time proven. We talked to both these guys. whiteshack, he said he feels very comfortable with the Ken matchup, with Shotos being common. I think I can understand that. Ken's a very common character. Shotos are a common archetype. So he said he's just going to try and be patient and unpredictable, and it's going to, his success will depend on how much he has dranken. So, or is it dranken? He's basically Jamie, but in real life. So he's had a few. He said.
Okay.
SonicWave actually said something very similar. Going to be patient. He's going to watch his drive gauge, stick to his BMBs, try and be patient and wait for the mind game. So both these guys sound like they're going to play a patient game. We'll have to see how that actually plays out now when they match up.
Yeah, I'm curious to watch this because having played with both of them a little bit across almost a year now that Street Fighter has been out, seen them both improve and take games and get better. And I would say too, Platinum is a lower level than Legend, but it's not really a low level in this game. I don't think.
It's even, and over time too. There's like rank inflation. Like I took a few weeks off recently and came back, and I already feel like I can't compete in Platinum now. Right? Things just people get better and better and better, and the ranks mean less and less.
It's a tough game. All right, let's jump straight into the tail of the tape here. I'll run through the tail of the tape here. We got both players, as mentioned, in the platinum level, with a ranked win percentage that's not quite in the winning percent. So we'll see who knows the matchups better. But we see both players with a ton of time in the practice room. So I don't necessarily believe those ranked win percentages are necessarily indicative of how that matchup actually goes, just because they play less ranked than some other folks like that might get that wide variety of playstyles out of each character that you need to have a positive win rate in ranked. Both players playing on a pad tonight. Anything jumping out at you that you'd like to talk about, Spectre?
No, I guess one thing I'd wonder is I guess I'm not really familiar with this matchup, just character versus character. Who really wins this? I would imagine possibly Chun, but I guess maybe it's more of a 50-50. Who do you really think takes the advantage in Ken versus Chun in general? I
think it's a pretty even matchup, I'm guessing, and we'll see this courtesy of Cat Candy Misaka here a little bit later to see what it looks like at the high end of play. But My feeling is that Chun-Li has the tools to go toe-to-toe with Kin, but I feel like the execution barrier is typically harder for Chun. So,
yeah, not to say that Ken doesn't have some demanding technical, stuff, but I think you can play at a much higher level without using that stuff with him.
Yeah, well, I agree, and a lot of people like to say Kin is brain dead or flowchart, but he's got so many options that's really not the case if you ask me, right? I play Cammy, who has like 4 options. They're just all good. Kin has like a million that are good. I can't keep track of 4, so I'm always impressed by the Kin players personally, as much as I hate them. But we'll jump straight into the quotes here. I'll take the easy route and lead off here with whiteshack's quote of "Yatta." We got a bit of a quiz here too. I think for our upcoming St. Patrick's Day, that the official St. Patrick's Day outlook for whiteshack. Green blood runs through your veins. You believe in the magic and the rainbows, and we'll see if that magic and rainbows is enough to trump Kin.
Oh my god, you want me to try and say this?
I do. I gave you the hard one. I'll jump in if you want.
My Texplugianicha?
I think that's pretty good, but I think Texplugianicha or something like that, right? Like
my Texplugianicha is faster than the wind. The best I can do there. And then his leprechaun quote here: "Don't be afraid to pour yourself a green beer and let the rest of your golden light shine." I mean, that one seems more appropriate for whiteshack, right?
I think both of them, based on what they're saying in chat. So.
Okay. All right, we got a drunk match coming up then.
Let's start to get down to it. We'll go ahead and get our players queue up. whiteshack on the player 1 side, SonicWave on the player 2 side, and we'll kick this thing off.
Man, that leprechaun's really dancing, isn't he?
He's had it to you. It's the only way to get me to dance, so I'd like to call out that I left up the default text for our timer, so anyone who noticed that, great. My counter is ending message. Props to you. I will probably forget something similar next time too. All right, we got the match kicking off. Based on some official stats powered by Cat Cammy and not AWS, looks like Chun is the very slight matchup favorite by 0.03%. So
yeah, that's essentially 50-50 right there.
That's what I expect, I think, from my experience of playing both.
Yeah, the stats that Cat Cammy has there, is that that's based on a high level play, or is that everybody?
I'm gonna have to call in a judge for that one.
I believe it's everyone over 1700 MR.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, SonicWave, after a bit of a slow start, gets whiteshack cornered, but eats a reversal. So I think we get a bit of nerves here. Both players want to play slow, and I don't think they're playing overly fast, but I expect them both to settle into the match here as they feel a little bit more comfortable. What do we want to see out of round 2 here?
Yeah, I think we're seeing SonicWave, I think, adjust a little bit here.
Yeah, I think he's doing a good job so far controlling the space with fireballs. Chun-Li's got a pretty good fireball, but I don't think it can really compete with Kin's at range due to the fact that it kind of drops off.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually think you're seeing really good adjustment here. Like, pushing people into the corner with drive parry like that. That's frankly not something I see very often on like any level. So that's nice. I mean, it's a good conversion there on a blocked reversal, which is good stuff.
I totally agree on that. All around that mindset that I think drive reversal is underutilized at a bunch of levels. Nice job by SonicWave to take his turn back and interrupt that pressure by Chun-Li. Going down.
Yeah, it's tough. There's so many ways to spend your meter in this game, and you really don't want to go into burnout. So I think the one thing that people just drop is the drive parry.
Yeah, the reversal. Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, sorry, drive reversal. Yeah.
I think.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I just think it's a good offensive option that doesn't like you said, pushing someone in the corner that we don't see quite so much. But
yeah. It's funny actually. I think I see it used offensively way more than I ever see it used defensively, which is weird. It feels like it should be a defensive tool. I think the corner is just so strong in this game that it's hard not to push people any way you can.
Yeah. whiteshack looking to take advantage of the burnout state by SonicWave's Kin here, I think, with that DI, and looking good with some pressure. And I hate that side switch that Chun-Li can do. Oh, into a crazy reversal that worked. I love it. Strong first round, I think, by Chun-Li.
Yeah, I think they're both looking pretty good, getting a feel for things. I don't know about that whole patient thing they said. They both seem like they're being pretty aggressive, not in a bad way. That spinning bird kick that Chun does, is that always plus on block like that?
No.
Is that why she's able to reversal?
I think there's just a slight gap in the pressure there.
Okay.
All right, we see whiteshack with the punish counter lead right now of 7-4, and I think that tells the tale really of that first round, which was pretty close, but just slightly in favor of Chun. SonicWave doing a good job adjusting with some of these the parries here.
Yeah.
But burns himself out early. We'll see if he can take advantage.
Yeah, we talk about, you know, people being high level or low level and this being lower level, but you're still looking at SonicWave over here converting, you know, low forward drive rush cancels, just watching him bait out and block reversals and get punishes. Like, it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I've lost rounds to both these players, so I don't let stuff fool you. Don't let Platinum fool you. A lot of people, especially if you believe Reddit, want to tell you that the lower levels are garbage, but it's just not true. Strong adjustments by SonicWave on Kin here. I think baiting out some of these riskier options.
Yeah. I think we've now seen whiteshack reversal and wake up a bunch of times. We'll have to see if he adjusts and starts pulling it back a bit or keeps doing that.
Yeah. But it's not a throw loop. Don't call it a throw loop, but he's looping them throws. Oh, the big level 3. I don't think this will be nearly enough to kill, but it's going to make this a very even match.
I mean, he's making him sit down and shut up. It's close.
I guess it was way closer than I thought. That's some king privilege.
Jumpin' gets it.
Great jumping.
Really close one.
So we're heading into round 3 here. Chun's got a big super lead, which can be a big advantage. Have to play a little bit differently, knowing that level 3 can come out.
Great punish of the drive reversal there.
Yeah, he was ready for it. And that side switch that gets me every time, gets SonicWave too.
Yeah, I haven't seen that cross-up get blocked once yet. I'm looking to see if there's an adjustment there as well.
I've never blocked it. I'm 0 in 10,000, so I'm always impressed by those who can.
I feel like we're getting a little panicky here with what we're seeing. I think it's just, you know, low life in round 3.
Yeah, it's tough, but that's good patience there, like baiting out that reversal again.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that when you're low on life, but it's a great move.
Yeah, I feel like we're looking at next hit wins at this point.
Oh,
there we go.
Tail. I think that was a very strong round by SonicWave, but whiteshack pulled off just a little bit ahead. And I think the one adjustment I'd like to see from both players is taking some space. Taking some space after something gets blocked, rather than kind of sit in range and being negative. But we see SonicWave's Kin in the lead with throws, but also in the lead with burnout and time spent cornered. I think that's just kind of the tail of it right now. Already, again, burned out here in the next match.
Yeah, honestly, that amount of time in the corner is not that high, even for this early. I think these two are just jumping and trading a lot. It's resulting in nobody really getting pushed into the corner.
Yeah, I totally agree. Great adjustments by SonicWave. I think that's listening at key to victory of letting whiteshack do a reversal and then punishing for it. I think that target combo is actually unsafe on block if you go into the second hit there. The big shimmy, but wasn't ready. Wasn't ready to react. But I like where his head's at. He made the right decision, just wasn't quite ready for it.
He definitely got the shimmy part of the shimmy.
Yeah. whiteshack living and dying by the reversals right now.
Oh, yeah, there we got a Ken reversal too.
there he goes. If we had another $50 gift card, give it out. I think I would give it out for being able to successfully block that cross up. Very tense round with whiteshack being burnt out, but with the life lead.
Yeah, that's always a weird situation. Like, do you push in that situation or not? He got out there, but it was close.
Yeah, it was, I think, the right move. I think when you're burned out, it's good to go on offense because burnout doesn't affect your offense too much, but with the life lead like that, you don't want to force anything. Nice whiff punish by SonicWave there.
Yep, great conversion roll too.
I think that was a DP that came out as a fireball.
Yeah.
I think SonicWave is making great DI read there or reaction.
Not a great punish.
It's enough, I think. Oh. Gotta hit these, gotta hit the big punish counter punishes.
Yeah.
Whiteshack burned out again. Oh. Crazy scramble there.
Back to our next hit wins. There we go.
Yeah, I think
Jump with the meaty sweep.
It's definitely a move. It caught him. I think right there in that situation, when you see that your opponent is on offense, burned out with that little life, you just want to jam that wake up reversal because you'll chip him out. This time, whiteshack leading the way with the burnouts, but also the punish counters. And again, I really think that's generally a good indication of how the match is going. But very close.
Rare instance of them getting full screen for a moment there.
Yeah.
I do think it's funny. Both these competitors said they were going to try and play patient there. I think they're both being quite aggressive.
Yeah, it might be a little bit of the mental games. But at the same time, we do see some really good moments of patience in the right time to block some reversals and things of that nature. So, yeah. It's also really hard to play on stream and not let the nerves get the best of you. With the counter sweep, the hard knockdowns, I'm wondering if we're setting what we could do on an Oki situation for Chun-Li there off that sweep. That's the read. That will not work if we have a low follow-up there. It always looks good when the reversals all work for you.
I know. Well, the cross-up is just hitting every time here still.
That too. That's a great use to cash out and secure the win there. Very important to be able to do that, I think, and not allow someone a chance to make a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a great example actually in our previous event with Lazyboredom, like how much it hurt for him not to be able to cash out.
Exactly, 100%. It's a tough handicap. Still another very, I think, close round. I know that whiteshack is leading the way 4-0 right now, but I feel like this has been a really competitive match. That if one or two things go the other way, it could be flipped. So.
Yeah, I mean, we had at least two round threes where the next hit won, so it could easily be 2-2.
Yeah. Good punish.
Nope, there comes the reversal again.
When it works, it works. I think both players a couple times have made this adjustment into an empty jump into throw, noticing the parries on the jump ins, which is a good adjustment to make. And the throw, one more. Oh no!
Oh.
He knew what he had to do. He just wasn't sure if he could do it like Kylo Ren. Dropped it.
It looked like he made the decision to apply that pressure before he realized the reversal had gone over him.
It was the right read. It was maybe the wrong execution. That's very relatable to me. I think the Hanzashu will go through fireballs, but I also believe that at least the light version is minus on block, so there might be an opportunity to kind of bait that out and punish it.
Yeah, I actually try to, when I see someone doing that particularly, I try to DI it a lot, but that's not going to be possible now being burned out.
Yeah, but good throw to take down the DI. Oh, that bread and butter.
Oh, hits again. Good confirm at the super.
Into the level 2. Finishes strong, has Kim cornered and burned out. Bad spot to be, but good job escaping and hitting the CA. That should kill.
I think that's going to be it, yeah. That's a sit down and shut up, I'm pretty sure.
I am 0 for 2 on predicting though, so don't listen to me right now. That sweep has paid dividends.
Oh, great time to be blocking the cross-up up, but not enough the throw gets it.
Tough match, I think, for SonicWave. It is a good showing, like I said. It's much closer than the score would indicate. But at the end of the day, I think whiteshack was able to make the right reads at the right time and carry the game.
Yeah, I feel like looking back on that, like one of the things I didn't really see these players doing too much was contesting the jump-ins, right? And I think that you know, Chun was just jumping and crossing up uncontested way too much there. Makes things really tough to come back on. Yeah,
I find that's a hard due to the angle of it. It is a hard jump to properly AA if you're not quick on like crosscut DPs, which personally I am not. We'll be taking a break here shortly, but let's run through the stats really quick. I think the stats show a very even game other than the games won, and I think that's really what we saw. Burnout's pretty close. SonicWave leading the way 6 to whiteshack's 5. Punish counters. whiteshack leading the way 28 to 23. Kin with the throw loop beating out chun-li without the throw loop 31-27. Only one uncontested DI. And whiteshack was actually cornered more than SonicWave here, but I think was able to get out at the right times to avoid a lot of real big damage.
Yeah, I think it goes right back to what I was saying about uncontested jumping. Like, I'd normally expect people to spend a lot more time corner, but if you let them just jump over you, you don't have to stay in the corner.
Yeah, and I do think that jumping out of the corner can always be a good option, even if you eat a crosscut DP, because you know that's only a little bit of damage compared to eating one mix in the corner. So good use, good reason to get the AAs down though, and something to focus on perhaps in the future. I think we should cut to the break here. Thanks both players for playing again. I very close, I think, set that doesn't quite show up that way in the win-loss column, but well played by both players.
Yeah, great matches.
All right, we'll cut away for another quick break. There will be another game, so stick around and participate here in that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. win. Perfect.
Welcome back, everyone. Here, hope you're enjoying the show so far. Tidalwave, are we around to discuss the winners of our guessing game here this time? A little tough, I think, with the stages. I like that one, but that was some hard stuff.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. Actually, no one actually got any of them. A couple of them were pretty close. I think the best was Poppy Bears guessed the Bond Wonderland from Ultimate Marvel Capcom 3. And Japnu at least guessed the game for Lair of the Four Kings from Street Fighter 5. But otherwise, this one stumped most of you guys.
I'm disappointed that we didn't have 100 members that knew what the Fetus of God was. So
I think Doublesac just wasn't paying attention. Otherwise, he would have gotten them all.
Definitely.
Well, thanks for playing there. Let's talk about our main event, Juzzy versus Doublesac. Two very strong players that have been coming around a while. What do you think about this matchup, Spectre?
I mean, it's a little bit here. I kind of don't know because I have not watched a lot of Ed yet. So Doublesac, are like jack of all trades we've been talking about here. Master in every character is playing Ed. We got Juzzy playing Ken, someone I'm much more familiar. And again, like this is similar to our previous match where they both said kind of similar things about how they want to approach this matchup. They're both going to be caring a lot about the corner and caring a lot about buttons and neutral. So I expect to see maybe a patient game where they're trying to slowly push each other into the corner, but we're gonna have to see. I'm really curious to see how Ed does in the Ken matchup.
I totally agree. I also have not had a whole lot of experience fighting against Eds. I've talked to a couple people playing and trying out Ed, and I feel like everyone I talk to has different things to say about how good or bad he is, about what his strengths or weaknesses are. So I'm curious to see a player like Doublesac playing Ed, who's well versed in a lot of different play styles. So we'll see how he chooses to play him. I believe him when he says that he wants to be patient and hit some buttons in neutral. Personally, I think that Ed will probably thrive as kind of a Floyd Mayweather counter puncher, waiting for someone to make a mistake and capitalizing. But I may be very wrong about that. We'll see how that kind of shakes out. So we'll move on to the tail of the tape here for our main event. We got two masters, pretty high-level masters as well. I think both around the 1,500 plus range. We have some ranked win percentages that may be a bit deceiving again here as well, just because Ed hasn't been out long. But thus far, Juzzy's been able to beat Ken 60% of the time, and Doublesac's been in a 50-50 here with Ed into Ken. We have the only player here, if I could actually have the right thing up. Sorry, I got thrown off there. Let me.
All right, it's tough to produce and commentate, huh?
Sometimes I don't know if I picked the wrong video. Well, I can still talk about it from memory. I apologize, it's not going to match what you're seeing on screen other than a brief period of time. But Juzzy's one of the only players not playing on pad tonight, which is kind of crazy if you ask me. But I think a testament to how well Street Fighter 5 plays with just a standard PlayStation pad.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, so I started playing heavily around Street Fighter 4, and I remember it was pretty much entirely stick, like a few pad players. I don't think leverless was a thing. You know, at this point, it feels like it's an even split on a lot of pad players. So I'm not surprised to see that, honestly. It's much more, you know, it's easy for the entry level. Everyone has a pad already. Going out and buying these $400 sticks, you know, they're like gold plated. Like, I want to do them, but it's a lot of money.
I agree. It brings me back to the Street Fighter 4 days where I was convinced that I was stuck in bronze because I was playing on a PlayStation controller. So glad to see that's still kind of true. Let's move into a working graphic here with the quotes. I will take the easy kin this time and say, you must defeat Jinrai to stand a chance. Always true. The leprechaun blood runs through Juzzy's veins. He's as tricky as they come. You'll never fall into a leprechaun trap, but you'll always get the gold.
We'll look at him dancing again. Dancing with the gold this time.
I'm jealous.
Over here on the other side, we got, is Juzzy really picking Kentrification Masters in 2024? Eat the rich. Kentrification. I don't know, I'm getting stuck with all the hard words, I think.
I did that on purpose. Welcome back.
You are not
Welcome
human.
Back, Spectre. Welcome back.
Thank you. You are not human. At 110%, we are sure you've completed a few shoe repairs. 110% leprechaun. Wow. And I thought the drunk guys in the previous matchup were the real leprechauns. It looks like what's really here.
Yeah, I feel like that's a quote that is really appropriate for St. Patrick's Day when you're about 12 beers in and you're trying to impress someone at the bar. So,
I really love their costumes too here. You know, doublesac with his burrito with the glasses, just, you know,
it's good.
Amazing.
It makes me want Chipotle.
That's the point.
All right, let's start to get into it. We have some stats powered by Cat Cami Misaka here that will show up during the game. But what are our predictions? What do we think that stat's going to show?
Well, the last round was actually not something I usually expect, which is very even and similar on both sides, right? I would expect hopefully to see something a little different this time, where maybe one player spends more time in the corner and the other, you know, gets more DIs or something. You know, I don't usually expect things to be as even as we saw it previously. I would expect to get a little more diversity in stats and playstyle here.
Yeah, it's quite crazy, I think, how even the stats showed up for the last game. And I agree here, too. I expect we'll see a lot of whiff punching, a lot of throw loops, a lot of all the stats. We'll be kicking off the game here. I'm curious to see this one go. I do think that we will probably see in the stats provided by Cat Cami Ed as a winner, which we do. I think part of that might just be due to the fact that he's a new character, so people aren't quite sure how to handle him yet. Let's get into it.
Well, I mean, her stats are like 1700 plus. We said. I actually wonder if you know, which it is that benefits more, the unfamiliarity people have, or the fact that the people playing the character don't have familiarity with how they play yet.
I think it adds a lot of volatility to the matchups. I'm curious, but I will say Juzzy is off to a quick start and has doublesac burned out and in the corner already. But a good side switch here by doublesac.
And maybe just a quick explanation while we reset the scoreboard here. We're doing a tennis format, so first to 3 sets is the winner, and each set is first to 3.
A good call out that we should probably remember, but if you don't know, HotSoup is our program manager here at FightRise and does an excellent job keeping us on task here. So thank you for the clarification. A quick win by Juzzy in the first round. I think another off to a good start by doublesac, but burned out. And we'll see if Juzzy can take advantage again. Into it.
Out here.
Yeah, big cash out. I don't think it will quite kill, and I might be right about that for the first time today. Victory shogberg. Both players burned out, but Ed going to cash out and kill Juzzy in the corner here, setting up a very even third round here with both players spinning all the meeting. Very even so far. We see a bunch of jump-ins from Ed, and we'll see if the AA will come online. I don't really know how how good those jump-in buttons are for Ed. I've heard some complaints that they're not that good, but double sacks make them look pretty good so far.
Yeah, one thing I heard from these guys also is that that Ed has the better fireball, which I guess it doesn't mean much. Ken has one of the worst in the game, right? So you're seeing that get abused a little bit by double sack to get some damage at range here.
I agree. It's a weird change for the archetype where we have a boxer with a good fireball and some crazy range. Very close. Juzzy playing fearless when he's one touch from death, but almost burned out. See if he can. Oh, the trade. Good first match by both players.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, if you anti-air with the dragon punch there, you don't trade and you're still alive. But obviously the standing, the crouching heavy punch is a much easier input.
Agreed. So we have Juzzy leading away with the punish counters a little bit, but he did spend more time in the corner. But overall pretty even, other than a lot of burnouts that haven't cost games yet.
Yeah, I mean we're barely started here, and we've already got more time in the corner than we did in our previous matchup. So definitely a little different there.
It's a big tool, I think, not just being able to get people in the corner, but keep them in the corner that I think you learn as you rank up, and I think we're seeing that on display too.
Yeah.
Good first round by Juzzy, though. Very even so far. I think not just is Ed winning the fireball war because the fireball's better, but double sack is doing a good job at timing some of these jump-ins to get over the fireball. But there we see that kintrification privilege with the corner carry.
Yeah, he's done a good job at pushing him into the corner here, but he gets out.
Good conversion. Still burned out, but both players are low. Double sack low on drive gauge and is also burned out now.
Well, he's gonna hit. Yep, gets a good reversal there.
I find that sometimes when players telegraph like a drive rush in this situation, it's easier to react with a super when you know you can kill someone. Yeah. And double sack, I think, showing good game awareness to be ready to pull that off. Good jumping.
Oh, good reactions there. Last moment.
Yeah, great DI turnaround.
Again, talking about that Ken privilege, you get to confirm directly into a level 3 and to get the corner back.
Yeah, and burn double sack out, which again is just giant in this game.
Now, one of the nerfs that Ken did get in his last patch was that situation right there, right when he throws in the corner, he gets pushed back a little further.
Yeah,
making it a little harder for him to keep pressure.
So, great job by Juzzy to call out to baiting out that reversal and picking up the win. I have actually heard some Kin players call that nerf actually a buff because it makes his buttons better, even though the throw loop isn't quite there. But yeah. I don't, who knows how much. Did I lose connect or did our players?
I paused here too.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can jump right back in. At the beginning of the match.
Oh no, the match ended too.
Match died, but it's at the beginning of a round, so I think it could be worse. Okay, we'll get these guys back in it, I think. Yeah, I think just replay that.
That's unfortunate.
It is. That's the first time that has happened in all of our events, though, and I think that's a testament to our luck or Capcom's netcode. I think in the last match, to get back to it a bit, we see that Juzzy capitalized on keeping double sack in the corner and taking advantage of burnout, and I think that was really the difference there. Otherwise, a pretty close match. Oh, I think double sack might have got disconnected, so I will get him back in here and resume our event.
And what's the score currently?
It is all tied up right now, a very close game. It's 1-1 in the first set here. A long way to go. I think we'll see a lot of adjustments by both players. And I think it's going to be a feeling out process here at the beginning, just because it is a relatively new matchup still. So it's hard to know how you want to approach this match. But very entertaining thus far, I think.
Yeah, I'm interested to spend a little more time digging into Ed and understanding his stuff. It seems like he has a lot of feints. You know, it reminds me a little bit of DJ in that respect, right?
Yeah.
Ways to telegraph a move but not follow it through. His fireball seems to be that way as well.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how he develops. I agree with that. He seems like he'll be a good character to whiff punish with and kind of bait stuff out and take advantage. But he also has like deceptively long range. I don't know. He's a strange character that I haven't quite figured out yet. But the tech I see coming out looks cool, and I really like his animations and just how fluid he looks in motion. I think it's just a cool visual treat.
Well, I hate his haircut.
Well, I totally agree with that too. He looks better than 5 though.
I just want to mention doublesac unfortunately was disconnected from Discord as well, so he might have had a full meltdown.
Okay.
On the machine.
So what happens in the case he can't make it back? We bring Lazyboredom in here in his place, right?
Just
with no supers or lower mediums.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know if that's fair in a master versus master matchup, but it does become pretty entertaining here.
Well, while we're waiting, maybe we should talk about, you know, we've got some upcoming plans for the channel, especially a replay show that we're really excited about debuting in the near future. We're trying to work out the details there, but we're going to be asking folks to submit their replays for review, and we'll be able to give tips to folks in the channel and see, and maybe it's beneficial to anyone who may be playing that character to see what the tips are and see the improvement over time. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to launching that.
Is that going to be sort of like a roast my replay type of thing?
I hope it's more positive than that, Spectre.
I'll roast your replay, Spectre, but I think for everyone else, we're looking for a positive. No, I'm excited too. It's a good shout out. It's something I've been excited about. I've been a lot of talk and a little less action on, but we're rolling through it to try to figure out something that'll work timing wise and format wise. And you know, I just think it's really fun to be in that position to talk about the game, and hopefully people can learn some stuff, and I think it'll be fun. So excited for that. Shout out to, I guess, a couple different Discords for people that may not be aware. Of course, FightRise has been a great home for me and other players, closely partnering kind of with the Newbie Fight Club and the Moon Marauder guys, so appreciate all the views there, and do know that it seems like quite a few people from the Cami Corps have stuck around after you know, one of their own featured in the last Urge to Fight.
I've actually found it quite impressive. Like every time I go to pick up a new character, you know, I check out and look for, is there a Discord for this character? And there's always, usually several, and usually at least one that's very active. You know, when I picked up Blanca, I jumped on that Discord, and you have pro players who are running it and stuff like that. So if there's a character you're interested in, definitely check out Discord, check out FightRise, and look for, there's so much out there, so many servers. Yeah,
I totally second that. I find most if not all these communities to be very welcoming and happy to help people learn the game, which is always great. And we got Doublesac is back, and we are picking back up here. It is currently 1-1 in the first set, and excited to get this thing back and started. So thanks for sticking around, everyone. Strong start by Doublesac, I think.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he disconnected to go look up some tech. I'm not sure.
It's a wild accusation to throw out, but I can't deny it. So, yeah,
very strong, very aggressive, very strong. Kept him in the corner.
Abused the burnout, and just good fundamentals.
Yeah. So how? I don't. If you can answer this question, how does Ed's fireball work in that case? Does it absorb the incoming fireball and then fire its own?
The EX definitely does. I think if you time it right, there's like two parts. There's the little ball that kind of starts, and then the projectile that travels. I think if you time it right, the ball will eat the incoming projectile, and then you kind of counterattack. Strong response by Juzzy. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm actually not sure. I'm not sure if that last hit on the Jinrai has to be a punish counter to get the follow-up like that, but that was a great confirm.
Yeah, I believe the I believe the low you can always throw into. I think the overhead's a little bit slower, and you might have to confirm it. I do see doublesac is burning meter quickly at the start of every round here, and that's tough to do, speaking from experience. But he's carrying it pretty well. I think. Oh, great DI.
They're both sitting on their level 3s. We're pretty even here, so I think it's either way so far.
Yep. Oh, a big miss.
Whiff.
I think that might just be being a little bit new to the character still, but I think it's a good response, SA3 by Juzzy here to gain some meter back. Very even with both players burned out here.
Yeah.
Ship them out. Tough spot, I think. The Ed Snatcher has more range as you might think, and will chip you.
Yeah, I think doublesac did a really good job of being assertive there, knowing they're both burned out and taking advantage of his, his advantages.
Yeah, some really good anti-Ed tech there displayed by Juzzy. I know that the Snatcher does leave Ed plus, but you could throw out that immediate invincible reversal to kind of steal your turn and make him think about throwing that out for free.
Yeah.
So these guys were supposed to jump out after that last match. We're in our second. Are we in our second set?
No. We're still live. So this is doublesac is up 2-1 right now.
Oh, okay, got it. Sorry.
It's tough situation to track right now. I think for everyone involved, but the players are not fazed by it. So good for them. Very strong closeout to the round there by doublesac.
Yeah. How do you feel about spending the level 3 for that little bit of health?
It's better to spend it and win than not spend it, especially when you have your one touch.
Yeah.
Maybe it's more, you could do a more optimal path there to not burn the whole meter. I really don't know yet, but I think it's better to spend it and get the win. Especially
that
in the
could be
first
some
round.
muscle memory too. Yeah.
Good jump in again over the fireball by doublesac. Big DI punish.
I feel like both these players have gotten a few uncontested DIs in the corner here like this. I'm curious if they're going to adjust and start DIing back.
Yeah, I think it's tough. Like doublesac has shown a lot of options and kind of overloading the mental stack there a little bit. So I think that could be hard to do, but we'll see. We'll see what the adjustments are. So I think that right there, doublesac will take the first set 3-1 in a pretty competitive match. I think some good patience being displayed and being able to come, or resilience I should say, and be able to come back from a disconnect and have a strong showing. I think we're on a quick break here. We'll take a look at the overall stats. Doublesac up 3-1 as we mentioned. What jumps out to you so far about this matchup?
I mean, almost exactly like we said, we thought we would see, like way more time cornered. They're spending a lot more time pushing each other into the corner than keeping each other from getting out, which is just kind of what you see as people get better and better at the game, and they have control over all their options, defensive options to push people back.
Totally agree. It's strange, I think. It's not strange, but something you notice, I think, too, is as you get more comfortable with the game, you still don't want to be cornered, but you know that you can't just jam reversal and get out because the risk is too big. So you have to pick your spot. So you do also spend more time being cornered, I think. Not intentionally is the wrong way to put it, but you don't want to be in a rush. So I think that also, both factors of offensive and defensive choices go into seeing these larger corner stats.
Yeah, for sure. I love when people show those videos of like Knuckle Dew being cornered with Guile, and it looks like he's winning, right? Like he is. He looks like he's the aggressor, but he's the one cornered. That's really the ideal you want to get at.
Right. Yeah, it's terrifying going into a Guile. I find more and more as I play the game too, it can be scary in certain situations when you're on offense, you have someone in the corner, because if they can side switch you, throw you something, you can find yourself one touch from death in the corner making a guess. So, all right, off to our first game of our second set. Double sack up 1-0. As a reminder, we're playing into the first of 3 sets. I think for Juzzy to come back, he's going to have to be a little bit more careful in the neutral. Double Sack's doing a really good job of whip punishing, and that's eating him alive, and then has excellent corner pressure.
I feel too like of the two of them, Ed, Double Sack playing Ed has had a few drops, right, and he still pulled it out. So I think that if he polishes up and starts landing his combos, then Juzzy's really going to be in trouble.
Yeah. Still anyone's game, though, I feel like, but I agree with that assessment. We see some, maybe nerves, I think. It's tough to play this on stream, too. Close round 1, but strong showing by Double Sack to take the early lead.
Yeah. I feel like I'm noticing Juzzy's cross-up anti-air just being a standing light punch a lot, which seems to be effective.
It's working for him so far, I think, Yeah, I like that. That's a good, I don't know if that will remain a good tech against Ed, but that's a good way to deal with that snatcher, just to make it not free.
Yeah, make him remember you can reversal.
Yeah. But very strong round by Double Sack nonetheless. Making Ed look pretty good. I think it's a hard knock life for Ed, and he's enjoying beating up the moneyed Gentry here in Week 10.
This is some impressive execution for Week 2. He's pulling some good combos out here.
Yeah, it's looking like my year 9 Cammy, so. Close round thus far.
Yeah. Is he really leading on the drive rush into heavy punch aggression here? I wonder if that's going to bite him at any point for being too predictable.
Yeah, it's a very strong Kin option, but as we've seen, Double Sack's very good at whiff punishing. So if he can get that timing and spacing down, I think he could take advantage of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw previously. Was it this matchup or the previous matchup where that exact thing got punished with a super?
Yeah.
So could happen again.
Juzzy's Kin getting Double Sack cornered and burned out. We'll see what he can do with it here.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's what I fear. But great job getting out of it.
Very smart about it.
Very volatile rounds, I think we're seeing here. I tend to think that if we see a bunch of volatility like this, that it favors Ed, just because it kind of puts you at even ground a bit.
Yeah.
It's easier to know what Kin's going to do than Ed, just due to being newer.
Yeah, I mean, you always know what Ken's going to do. You have to follow the flow chart. Just the rule.
Yeah. But Juzzy doing a good job in that last set there. Taking the win, and we'll see how he continues to evolve here. Good throw. And a great AA. I like the change
here.
As good as the crouching high punch has been working, I do think that the DP is going to be a stronger option just because it doesn't lose or trade to some of those jump ins.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a really good adjustment by Juzzy. The further we go here, the more you start seeing him anti-airing with like the best option.
Yeah, it seems like he might be figuring some timing or spacing out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it reached. I can't believe that got there in the end. That has to make both players sweat a little bit. I think that was very close. Could have gone either way. We'll see if Double Stack retains that resiliency they showed during the disconnect and being able to bounce back. That blitz is negative on block there, so I think Juzzy did a good job taking his turn back.
Yeah, it's really interesting how Ed has moves that literally pull you in, and then his throw throws you all the way away. Like, it's a lot of variety there in the distance he leaves you at.
Yeah,
Great confirm.
yeah, and I think overall this shows why you have to be very consistent in execution. And that one miss confirmed there by Juzzy leaves him cornered and in very bad shape. But great job by
that was more than half his life in the combo as a punishment.
Great anti-air to start. Big, that throws me off. It's a DP, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite ready to confirm that into a combo, but picked it up anyway. Oh, great.
Oh, great whip punish.
Yeah. The shimmy, the bait. Can he kill here? This does not kill, right? Am I wrong again?
I don't think so, but it's going to do a lot.
It does burn him out, though. Oh, yeah. That fireball. It hits. And reversal that would have chipped. I think that's a great option as kind of a checkmate there. Great job by Juzzy. He's up 2 games to 1 here in this second set. But pretty clean game, I think, played by both players. At the tail, the stats here that I think Juzzy's doing a better job getting the punish counters, which means he's probably winning neutral a little bit, and that's showing.
Yeah. I feel like things are starting to switch around a little bit here. You're seeing a lot of good anti-airs from Juzzy. I don't know that I'm seeing the same from doublesac so far.
Yeah, we'll see.
I know that Ed has a pretty decent normal for anti-airing in his, I believe it's his crouch heavy kick.
I've seen it. I don't know what button it is, but yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you the animation. I forget exactly what button it is, but he has options. I don't feel like I've seen them much.
No, it's got a big missed opportunity, I think. Ooh, by both players, big missed opportunity. Good DI though, into the kill. Kind of that scramble situation. Juzzy came out ahead. I feel like that might be some of the newness to the character by doublesac there.
Oh, good drive rush interrupt there too. That's part of that being predictable with that drive rush into heavy punch. At some point you're gonna get punished for it.
That's great reaction. Got a DI into the Dragon Lash, and then the counter DI. I think that the DI beats the Dragon Lash at time correctly, but he wasn't quite quick enough on it, or the spacing was too close. Good anti-air. This should kill.
Nope, dropped it.
Generous Kin Masters giving alms to the poor. But that drive rush is maybe a bit predictable, but working right now.
Yeah, it's very good.
So we see Juzzy with a very strong response, taking that set 3-1. Both players now having a 3-1 set. The stats again, just like our previous match, very close, but this time the wins and losses are very close too. What do we want to see here from both players coming into the next game?
Well, I mean, I think that like first set we saw doublesac kind of having the advantage with the unfamiliarity of Ed and getting him with jumps, and Juzzy really adjusted well, getting good anti-airs, landing his combos. So I think it's now back in doublesac scored. He has to adjust a little bit if he wants to come back and keep pushing it. And I think this is really what you get out of having these really long sets is multiple layers over and over of people having to adjust and seeing who can do it the best.
Yeah, I agree, and also just spacing out your options. You don't want to show everything right away because you want to be able to add new wrinkles. So I don't know if either player is doing that intentionally or otherwise, but we'll see how it evolves, especially with Ed being new. I think that could be a key factor. There could be some secret tech waiting to be unleashed.
Yeah. Let's see what doublesac has to show us.
We're on another quick break here. I think from seeing these the numbers from Cat Cammy, I think this is probably pretty close on the matchup win percentage. I feel like it's probably closer to even than the 52-47 that it is right now, just due to the newness of the matchup.
This must be some sort of mistake in the data because Ken doesn't have any negative matchups. So,
so I've heard from about half the population, and the other half are kin mains, and they'll tell you they're all bad.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, quick start by Juzzy, but good job getting the throw into the corner, then giving it up right away again too. Juzzy burned out the big life lead. I think it won't hurt him too much, but we'll see. Carrying him right to the corner. Oh, and getting the side switch off the throw. And being patient, not getting hit by the DI. Both players burned out now.
Yeah, juzzy looking very strong.
He is. I think he's found something that works so far, and it's going to be on double sack to change. Because if it keeps going this way, I think we'll see 3 straight by Juzzy. But I do think I would say one thing to call out as we're watching this, something you'll see now in this higher master ranked match, both players are a lot more comfortable with their ranges in their space. You can see the drive rush coming out. Usually I say that and then comes out kind of far and ambitious, but generally that range right there is going to be really hard to react to. So
yeah,
it's a contrast that you'll see as players grow. Juzzy is still missing a couple of these confirms off like the crouching medium kicks and things of that nature that if he cleans that up, he's going to be looking really strong. But double sack able to capitalize on some corner pressure.
Confirm. Now's the time to spend the meter.
Yeah, I'm always in 2 minds here. On one hand, double stack is starting with a big life lead, which is always nice and can be really good psychologically, but it's kind of a fake lead, right? Because Ken's still got the meter, so
yeah,
it's looking really smart by double stack right now, though.
Yeah, but there's that comeback mechanic that happened.
Right. The CA difference, on paper, may not seem that big, but it makes all the difference in the world in closing out matches. Doesn't matter, though. Great round by doublesac.
Yeah, great round.
Pretty even. Again, pretty even, I guess. It's been even the whole time. Not surprising. Burnout's leading the way for doublesac.
I don't think Juzzy's fallen for a single DI yet. He's doing really well countering those.
Yeah, I think he struggled a little bit in the corner on the DI mixes, but who doesn't? I assume he's a boomer like the most of us that don't have those youth reactions anymore, so...
Yep, great corner carry, pushes him in.
Oh, that should be a kill, yep.
Very nice.
Yeah, good round by Juzzy all in all.
I feel like Juzzy's looking very comfortable and confident. Not a lot of hesitation or anything he's doing.
Yeah, that was a good DI response by doublesac, though.
Finally some punishment for being predictable with that drive rush into the heavy punch.
Jump in pressure and getting the damage and corner carry. Not enough to kill, but he's in a bad spot.
Nope, we're gonna get the sit down and shut up right here.
Yeah, interesting choice. So this will burn doublesac out and put him about even in life. I don't hate it, but I might save that meter for the next round because of this right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, great round. I think great composure by doublesac staying in there. I won't call it a mistake to use that super by Juzzy, but I think that might have been wise to just give that round up and come into round 3 with your level 3.
Yeah.
Big damage early and all the reads by doublesac.
Takes the corner position instead of the big damage. Burns him out.
Strong showing, good adjustments. I think that puts doublesac up 2-0. This has been a great back and forth matchup so far. So I want to flash back to hearing you talk about the match where both players said they're going to play slow. Do you think that was all cap or what here?
I think they started out maybe a little bit patient. They're getting a little more aggressive here.
That they,
I don't know. What even is slow in Street Fighter 6?
You know? I don't know. It kind of depends. I think sometimes slow is 60 miles an hour. So
Like even right here, they're taking it slow to get in, but once you're in, you've got to be aggressive in this game and push people to the corner.
I agree. It goes back to what we talked about with Lazyboredom in that you don't want the opponent to have, you don't want to have to win 3 interactions. So
Yeah.
keeping people off balance and guessing wrong and punishing for it is big. Great round by doublesac there.
Yeah.
I like that. I was waiting for earlier having the drive rush into throw, because we have seen doublesac a couple times parry that drive rush option, so it's good to make the parry not free. I'm surprised that broke the armor, but Juzzy looking like a genius right now.
Oh, that was so close to being a wall swap.
Yeah. This can be big damage though. It may be more important that it'll get some meter back to doublesac. Oh.
Great.
Yeah, he was ready for it. Good round. Keeps Juzzy alive in this set.
If you had to be burned out or cornered, which would you choose?
Porque no los dos. I think I would rather be burned out in general. Well, it kind of depends, right? Early on in a matchup, I think it might be better to be cornered because you have resources to get out and some life to burn. But I think as the round goes on, the more dangerous the corner is.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd rather be in Juzzy's situation from that last round, like being cornered but having meter, my opponent burned out. Like he was able to just confidently walk up and take the round.
Yeah,
even from the corner.
You have you're giving your opponent more things to think about when they're burned out, because you know, even at that spot, if you can wake up reversal, you can get some chip damage. But doublesac responded pretty strongly with that last round, I think.
Yeah, Juzzy just landed that standing medium kick and then didn't follow it up. That's a really tough one to confirm. You have a very short window to finish the target combo once you see it hit.
Yeah, and I don't know how much damage the successful target combo brings, but if you miss, you're eating a punish, so it's tough.
Yeah, the first hit I believe is plus, but once you mess up the rest, then you're minus and you get punished for it.
Yeah. Good round by doublesac there, I think. Pretty quick one. He made some adjustments. And ended up taking that set 3-1, which has been a common factor so far.
Yeah. So this with this pattern, we expect Juzzy to take the next one 3-1, right?
If I were a betting man, and I am, yeah. So we look at the stats here, and it really looks like doublesac leading the way, but I think that's part of that back and forth nature right now. It's kind of ebbing and.
Yeah, and the one thing that stands out is that I can really tell that you're not playing because there's not that many burnouts so far.
I can't even really argue that. So.
Yeah, I mean everything else looks relatively even. The big things I think that are giving it to Juzzy, or giving Juzzy some advantage are his DI game seems to be better, and his corner game seems to be a bit better so far. But doublesac's still winning regardless, right? So. Yeah,
I agree with that assessment. It's been adjustments back and forth, I think. So I'm curious to see what Juzzy comes up with. I don't find that either player has like a strong hole in their game that's being taken advantage of right now. It's just kind of going back and forth, and the matchups are changing, and it's really coming down to execution, I guess, which is what it should. But I guess I'll challenge both players that I think my high score burnouts was 30 something. Or am I underselling myself? So if you want the high score, you got to work a lot harder for it, guys.
I feel like it was more. 300, I think?
300 sounds about right. Getting back into it here. All right, going into a fourth set, we've seen a lot of the Urge to Fight main events ending at this fourth set. So we'll see if Juzzy can force a fifth. I hope he does. Pretty even thus far. Good punish by good whip punish by Juzzy, and gets doublesac into the corner.
Oh. Predicts the fireball way before there.
Yeah.
feel like I'm seeing Juzzy use his fireball a little more than he had early on.
Yeah, I don't see Kins use it too much, but you don't want to leave it on the table either. Super close, but that'll take the win for double sack there.
Yeah.
Could have gone either way. I think minor consolation that double sack had to burn some meter to secure that win for Juzzy. So we'll see how round 2 plays out. Have seen that double sack has changed the way he's doing that snatcher a little bit and kind of canceling it, not pulling them in. I think that was kind of forced by the EX reversals by Juzzy early.
Yeah, one thing we don't have the stat on the stats that I feel like would really say something if we did would be like successful jump-ins, right? I think we've seen double sack jump over fireballs or get jump-in confirms quite a few times here, and those are huge damage combos when that happens.
I agree. Street Fighter 6 has been strange on jump-ins a little bit, I think, because kind of the historical wisdom is don't jump, which isn't an absolute rule, right? But I think there's a lot of reward for jump-ins in Street Fighter 6, and the risk is there, but I think it kind of skews in the reward favor until someone shuts you down.
Well,
so.
there's a great example of someone being shut down, right? That round could have gone either way. Double stack jumped and got punished for it.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's like they're listening to us.
Well, they should. We're full of wisdom.
I'll tell you, every single person I've ever coached in a main event is won. 0 for 0. I guess that means no one lost.
I don't think that means what you think it means.
Good round by Juzzy.
So that was a reversal, right? A reversal dragon punch.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't look like it.
Yeah. Good adjustments by Juzzy again. Kind of winning the whiff punish game, and that's just so big. I think it usually tells the tale. Good corner pressure.
Punish right there.
Yeah.
Great execution on the corner combo. Looks very confident right now.
Yeah, but we've seen double sack come back in these rounds. He doesn't fall for being bullied. So no. I think we expect Juzzy to probably be the favorite here, but he's not a lock. But there's that drive rush into
great option there.
Yeah, I love it.
Definitely conditioned him throughout this whole time to expect the drive rush into heavy punch, so changing it up now is very smart.
Absolutely. Early lead by double sack again, but Juzzy with some pressure here. We'll see how this goes. Big confirm.
He may have burned himself out there accidentally with the parry.
Yeah, that feels bad, man.
Yeah. He's got that corner, though.
And a life lead. Oh.
Excellent confirm.
Okay, prediction number 5. Will I be right? I say this does not kill.
This will not.
I'm smart sometimes. Only sometimes. Great punch.
Hard read.
Yeah. Risky option, but I love it. It gets him into the next round. Both players even, 0-0 on the meter. We'll see how this one plays out, but very close so far. Nice anti-air.
Yeah, good whip punish too.
Yeah. Into the conversion with the big damage and the corner carry, just 10 pounds.
I mean, like you talk about advanced master stuff, like even just recognizing how close he was to the corner there and getting the extra damage by finishing that combo with the dragon punch was smart.
Yeah, it's the little things like that that I feel like early on in your Street Fighter career aren't a big deal because you have other things to worry about, but as you want to get better at the game, getting those small differences in damage really, at the end of the day, is the difference between a win and a loss.
Yeah.
Big damage. I don't think he could kill him here, but it'll be close. Both players burned out, but double sack about to regain his meter.
Yeah, I'm actually curious why he changed sides with him there. I wonder if that was a mistake.
Maybe just a little bit of character unfamiliarity, or maybe some type of metagaming that I'm not privy to, but it did look like it cost him the round.
Yeah, I mean, there are options where when you do the kick like that, you get safe jumps, but he didn't do that, so I'm not sure. Good pressure here.
Yeah, we see Juzzy in that last match winning the whiff punish game again, and it showed. But currently doublesac has him in the corner and in a bit of trouble, even if Juzzy still retains the life lead. A big punish counter throw there. Burns himself out for that one, but gets much needed space, I think, right?
Yeah. Yep, chipped out. Yeah, I think that goes back to our previous conversation about would you rather be burned out or in the corner. I think maybe he should have just stayed in the corner there.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Sometimes you want to burn out on your own terms if you're in the corner, because the only thing, the thing that I can say for sure you don't want to do is get burnt out in the corner, right? So,
Yeah.
kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Missed the anti-air there, and it's going to cost him a big chunk of damage. It does go back to, is this a bit of a premature super though, because it doesn't secure the win. You might have a round 3 coming up.
You know, I mean, even at this level, like 1500s master, I wonder if maybe that's overthinking it, right? If you have the opportunity to use your meter, you should just use it. I feel like when people talk about saving their meter in that way, you're talking about like pros.
Well, I can't argue with the results there from doublesac, even if I don't know if I would have made that decision. He's proven himself right anyway by picking up that set, and I do agree. He got a big chunk of damage there that probably secured him the win. You see in that last match that the tale as old as time, or at least as old as this set, doublesac on Ed doing a better job with punishing and picking up the win there. But overall, still a very close game.
I feel like these guys have really settled in.
Yeah, it looks a little bit more patient, but still opening up when they get that confirm in.
Yeah. Yeah, Juzzy doing a good job with the anti-airs too. I noticed that doublesac keeps trying this neutral jump, and I don't think Juzzy's fallen for it a single time yet.
I haven't seen it anyway. Good round by doublesac. Did burn meter there. I think that was a smart move. It did secure him the win.
Yep.
Big jump in, but drop the follow up. But does corner Juzzy here, so we'll see what he can do with it.
Oh, great DI reactions.
Yeah, I think he's just done a superb job at reacting to those outside of the ones that block stun in the corner. Commanding life lead, burning the meter here, which I think is the right move, especially in that situation where we need to come back, taking a round and setting up a final round for set point for Juzzy here.
Yeah, so either doublesac can even it up this set, or Juzzy can take it and keep the pattern going.
I want more games.
You know, it's funny, I think doublesac was predicting a fireball there, didn't get it, and still got the jump in confirmed anyway.
When it rains, it pours, I guess, but good read. However it came out, good read, good damage. It's going to be a tough road back for Juzzy.
Interesting. Okay, so I guess only the first 2 hits of that reversal down in. Otherwise it would have broken it.
Yeah, I think a distance thing there. Big comeback needed here for Juzzy to take the set, but can't quite get there.
Oh.
Very close set. I think both players had some really strong moments there. We'll take a look and see how that played out. I think very similar.
So doublesac gets the little edge there. If he wins this next match now, that would be it, right?
Yeah, this could potentially be match point for doublesac.
Oh, it looks like a drop right there. At this point, every drop is huge. You need that damage.
Yeah, they've all been pretty close games too. That it really can come down to one interaction.
Yeah.
Good anti-air to keep doublesac cornered.
Really getting the Ken experience here is just Jinrai over and over.
I'm taking emotional damage from flashbacks.
Oh, finally we get Juzzy with the jump and confirm finally. he can play that game too.
Oh, you heard us talking about those drive reversals and decided to do one in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
I like the effort. Missed the anti-air there. Which is okay. Doesn't have to take this round, but got to think the pressure's on a little bit, knowing that doublesac has match point coming up.
Doing a great job. He's got the pressure on for sure, but now he's cornered. Let's see how that goes.
Oh, what do we have?
Oh,
One
I'm
more
surprised he didn't
action.
spend it there.
Oh,
Oh, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he was listening to you, and now he's saving his meter for this final round. He's got the full 3 bars now because he didn't spend it there when he could have.
I think it makes a big difference. If it would have won him the round, it gave him confidence, he should have spent it. But I think having the 3 bars is going to be the issue. But doublesac looking very strong in the match point round here with a big lead. We'll see what Juzzy can do to turn it around. Moving into that drive rush into jab, which we saw Angry Bird doing way back in Evo.
Yeah.
Good adjustment, I think, after doing that standing heavy punch. Ooh. Can't quite kill, but it's going to be tough for Ken to get in.
Yeah.
And catches him match point with the snatch read. Great, I think overall a very fun match to watch. Very back and forth, very close, very fun to call.
Yeah, I always love watching people play this long at this level, just so you get to see how they adjust little by little as they go.
Yeah,
they're not focused on like, hey, can I land this combo? They know that part already, right?
Yeah, it's a big it's hard to play. I find Street Fighter very hard to play for long extended periods of time, just because there's so much to think about that it burns you out mentally, and then you have to be adjusting constantly, you have to be adding new wrinkles, you have to be executing. There's just so much to think about that it's always I think impressive to watch. Like you said, anyone watching anyone play long sets.
Yeah.
But looking at the tail of the matchup here, very even. I think, as we both said, doublesac Ed leading the way with punish counters and burnouts, but very narrowly on both. Perfect parries were in doublesac's favor, but would you say they were a big part of the match either way?
Not really. I mean, does that count projectile perfect parries? Because it seemed like perfect parries was. Yeah, I think perfect parries was a non-thing almost. I think a lot of DI, a lot of resource spending is what we saw here in corner time, stuff like that.
I agree with that. We'll be welcoming doublesac here to have a couple words in a conversation with us. Just mentioning how close it was. Doublesac winning the throw game narrowly. I mean, that was pretty close back and forth. I think Ed looks pretty good with some clips on his throw loops. But I think the DIs were a big part when doublesac was able to time Juzzy coming in and catch him with the DI. It made a big difference. But Juzzy also had great reactions to counter the DI as he could. I think that was a large part of it. But we also see Ken spending a lot of time cornered there, and it's hard to win when you're cornered, right?
For sure.
All right, doublesac is in the chat with us.
Welcome aboard, doublesac. Congratulations. That was, I think, a great match, and some good Ed coming through. How did you feel about the matchup?
Yeah, I've played Juzzy before, and if I'm honest, I lose maybe 80% of the time in that matchup. So I did a lot of tail of the tape sort of situation. I went back and watched videos of our matches and tried to learn what I could. But yeah, I think I got lucky in a couple of situations where, some DIs came through that if he had reacted, I would be dead. Situations like that. I think it's honestly a pretty even matchup, though. Ken and Ed. I mean,
what sort of specific stuff did you see in your own replays that you decided to adjust for this?
Well, one thing that Juzzy is really good at, other than putting the pressure on, especially in the corner, he is really big with shimmies. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you could tell, a couple of the times when I was cornered, I woke up with crouching medium punch, trying to catch him walking back. It actually came through a couple of times.
Yeah.
But that was one of the big things. Juzzy will shimmy you to death, or he'll neutral jump you to death. So that was one of the things that didn't really play a factor today. I think that's probably partially why I won.
Yeah. Is it just part of your game, or was it intentional during this matchup that you were trying to get jump in conversion so much? Were you trying to get over his fireballs?
So Ken has the if you can range it right, Ken can't hit you with crouching heavy punch. Edge jumping has a weird angle where he will get you. It'll be a full punish counter. So that was intentional trying to do that. I think you could tell that Juzzy was anti-airing me a lot, so
Yeah.
Juzzy kind of knows that that's part of my strategy. But yeah, that's usually a big part of my strategy.
I think
Stu has
it's-
played me before.
I think it's interesting that he actually did anti-air you quite a bit, but the reward for an anti-air is so little compared to you landing a jump in is so much that it seemed like it still worked out for you.
Oh, this game is so damage oriented that like if I can get you with 34%, and the only risk is you're gonna hit me with 5% for a crouching heavy punch, I'm gonna do that 10 times before I stop.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the jump ins. I think we were mentioning this a little bit on the stream, but Street Fighter 6, there's a lot of reward for a successful jump in, and not always a whole lot of risk for getting caught with the anti-air, as long as you're not just throwing yourself at someone's DPs over and over. So I thought that was a good strategic choice.
Yeah, Edzoki is a lot better from a jump in than it is from grounded moves too. So like that's part of the reason I could get the corner, because if I didn't have a jump in, I would have had to spend meter not only on an OD move, but then on a drive rush to get some corner carry. So just having the jump in by itself gives me corner carry like no one's business.
I wish we had ESPN replays, because I noticed in the early sets you were like pinning him down with your kick normals, and I think you were reading the jumps too, and that was awesome, man. I think you took the whole first set basically pinning him down that way, and he eventually adjusted, but I thought you showed off one of Ed's strengths there with those normals.
Yeah, I feel like Juzzy's got the best heavy punch in the game pretty much, but Ed's pretty close up there too. So just being able to hit a heavy punch, Juzzy would be thinking about that heavy punch, and then you just throw one of those little medium kicks, and it's control. I feel like if Ed was a Magic the Gathering deck, he would be blue control, like mono blue.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to think about it. I think they did a good job. At least, maybe this will evolve as time goes on, but making him really live out that like counterpunch fantasy. It's cool. It's cool to watch.
So I know you're a master of everyone, but is Ed in your one of your rotations, your main rotations?
Oh yeah, he's a counter pick for sure. He's a hard counter for Blanca and Honda, in my opinion. So yeah, he's definitely in there.
Cool.
He gets smoked by JP, but I think he gets smoked by Rashid too. But other than that, like you're pretty even a lot of the time. Like, and then Blanca, yeah, I'll pick Ed all day.
Well, your Ed smoked my JP not too long ago, so I don't believe you. All right, well, thank you so much, doublesac, for jumping on and talking to us. I thought that was a great main event, man. It was awesome. So thank you very much.
Thanks for having me all. Have a good night.
Yeah, have a great night.
Lot. It was great to call it, for sure.
All right, I think we want to get Image Omega on real quick, and then we'll wrap this up. Image Omega, if you're listening on the stream. It's always awkward when we're waiting. Can we get the events image up on the screen?
Yeah, it should be displayed now.
All right, thank you. Io, any thoughts on any matches tonight? You're on mute if you're talking.
It's just one of those days. I think the internet's got the goblins running loose or something, knocking people's connections out and stuff.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, for some reason I was on push to talk, so I'll just go ahead and hold this key down. Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah, honestly, like the whole entire event was great. I think that was the closest main event we had, maybe besides bcyde and shogberg alone. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was really a lot of fun to watch, seeing the back and forth there. And I take great pride in just being able to sit back and watch you guys put on such an awesome show. So kudos to you guys, right? Shogberg, Spectre, you guys did a tremendous job tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job on commentary.
It was a lot of fun. I'm glad Spectre got to join in on this one after the absence. So welcome back aboard.
Yeah, me too.
I think we have some events you want to remind people of coming up.
Yeah, so obviously, we have what you see here on the screen right now. Like the first and foremost coming up, we got One Fight Stand 2 with the Euro crowd. That's actually just growing, and it's really cool to see that kind of take off. When it was kind of proposed, I wasn't sure how that was going to go down, but it's grown and people are coming in and excited about it. So I'm excited about it. So that's really cool to see, especially because it's like when it goes down, it's the middle of the day for me. So to see all the action kind of happen during the middle of the day, I'm like, hey, this is kind of neat. And then of course, Wake Up 3, the Rise and Fight live talk show, that's going to be Tuesday night, right? Cam and Molly have been doing a great job, and what's so cool from them is that they're constantly talking to us about how they can make things even better. So I just love that part of it. I love the ambition that goes along with it. And then obviously Rooflemonger, I think it goes without saying, like if you watch any YouTube videos around fighting games, you've definitely seen one of Rooflemonger's videos. So anybody that's out there that's an aspiring content creator especially, this is definitely the time to tune in live, because you will be able to have your opportunity to post your own questions and get them answered. And I'm going to do my darndest to get through all the questions. I know last time with Reinhardt, we went deep onto some questions, so we didn't necessarily get to every single question, but wow, what we got was amazing. And I'm just looking forward to doing another one of these with, again, Rooflemonger coming up March 12th, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, that's going to be great. And I want to ask about the monkey thing because I kind of don't get it. So hopefully it explains it to us.
He's a big fan of monkeys, and I think sumo too. So I don't know if there's any cross there, but I know that he loves his Honda and he loves his monkeys. Man, God help us if we get like a monkey in Street Fighter. All those teaser images that Ed had with his Neo Shadaloo and the monkey there, I was like, oh man, if he makes it into the game, that'll be quite the emotional roller coaster for Rooflemonger.
Yeah, for sure. And we are trying to line up some other AMAs in the future, so look out for that. Nothing's really confirmed yet that we can announce yet. And One Fight Stand every other Tuesday. So not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. We've had some great turnouts, consistent folks coming back and improving their game. It's so fun to see the people who start out in like the lowest pool in like gold, silver, gold, and then I'm now having to put them in the master pool because they've risen so much or rose in all that time. So I love seeing that. I love seeing the community grow into that master pool. It's awesome.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. There's actually strategy behind why this community is called FightRise, right? It's to see you guys all level up. And honestly, like whiteshack versus SonicWave, that was pretty much like the hype match I was looking forward to tonight because they've been there since the beginning of One Fight Stand. So
they started
really
in Rookie, I think, right? Our first One Fight Stand, I think they were in Rookie or like Iron in those ones.
Yeah, I don't know for certain, but I've definitely seen them like level up along the way. That's what's kind of interesting now, is just seeing everybody that's now hitting platinum, diamond, master. I'm like, man, I gotta get back on my own personal grind.
It was so hard. There's so many good games out right now, so I don't blame anyone taking a break and try something else out. But yeah, that is our show for tonight. It's such a great community effort putting these things together. I want to thank Tidalwave for helping TO and organize the fighters and the mini games. Image Omega for the fantastic graphics, just making this thing look so professional. Mechanicalgrape and bcyde for the scoring and stat overlays. And Grape especially, he's got a kid coming on the way. He's like just weeks away from having another addition to his family, but he's still here helping us out with the stream, so I really appreciate that. Spectre and Shogberg for the commentary. You guys did an awesome job. Thank you so much for everything. And to all of our fighters, coming out, Lazyboredom, for being such a great sport for doing that with us. I thought that was a great event. I would like to do that again. Hopefully, give us the feedback. If you guys enjoyed that, we definitely want to find another legendary player or even bring Lazyboredom back and do that again with all you guys. So I'm looking forward to that in the future. But I love this game, love this community. I hope this was entertaining, and I want to thank everybody again for coming out tonight. So we'll end the stream here. Thank you, everyone. Oh, Shogberg, Spectre, any last words from you guys?
Just to mirror what she said, it was really fun to call. It was really fun to watch all around. I was very pleased with the way the King of the Hill turned out, especially. It was a valiant effort by Lazyboredom and some great competition at the end there to finally dethrone him. But yeah, it's just a pleasure. Thanks everyone for coming out and supporting it.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks everybody, and hopefully next time we'll have less Kens.
No promises. No promises.
All
right, thanks everybody.
I will install a mod that replaces Ken with Blanca, at least visually for you.
Great. Yeah. Do it.
All right, have a good night, folks.
Thank you all. Have a good one.